Hello viewers, welcome to Maths Made Easy with Onifade. In today's class, we shall be looking at circle geometry and we will be looking at the first theorem. Theorem 1 says the angle at the center of a circle is twice the angle on the circumference of the circle when the points lie on the same arc. So we have three illustrations here. So I'm going to use this illustration to explain the theorem. So the angle at the center of a circle. So this is the center of the circle we are talking about now. So this is the center of the circle. So you can see center O. Now this is the angle at the center of the circle. The angle at the center of a circle is twice angle on the circumference. Now, when you look at the outer part of the circle here, this is the circumference now. This is the circumference. Now, the angle at the center is twice the angle at the circumference. This is the angle that forms at the circumference. At this place now, an angle is formed here. The angle touches the circumference. So at the center of the circle, we also have an angle here. So this angle that forms here is twice the angle that forms at the circumference. Now, the theorem says the angle at the center of the circle, here we have 2y, is twice the angle on the circumference. That is, it is times 2 of the angle at the circumference. Now, for example, if we have 60 here, now that means 60 is twice the angle here. So that means this one is going to be 60 divided by 2. So y is going to be 30 degrees. That is, the angle at the center of the circle is twice the angle on the circumference of the circle when the points lie on the same arc. When the points lie on the same arc, the points we are referring to here are these 2 points. So these 2 points lies on the same arc. You can see the arc. The arc is from here to here. So these points, these are the points we are talking about. The points lie on the same arc. So what this illustration is talking about is theorem 1. So the angle at the center of a circle, this is the center, is twice angle on the circumference. So if y is 20 degrees, this is going to be 2 times 20, and this is going to give us 40 degrees. So just as an example. Now, in some situation, when we are explaining this theorem to students, when they come across it in assignments or exam, they will feel like this is not what is this is not what they learned in class. So they may come across this kind of thing. So we are going to explain this now. What you have to know is that when we are talking about angle at the circumference, this the angle that touch the circumference here, the angle here is not static, it is movable. The angle can move from here, it can move to this place, it can move to this place. So in a situation whereby, for example now, this angle now move to this side now. For example, you may have something like this. You may have something like this. And you have this. So in this situation now, this is the center of the circle. Now this is another angle that touch the circumference now. So in this case now, you may have your angle y here, and this one will be your angle 2y. Now the same theorem is applicable to it. You have to take note of that. So that is what we are going to explain in the next illustration now. So let's quickly explain that. So now when you look at this, the point here has moved to this side. The point here has moved to this side. So here now, this is the angle that touch the circumference. Why this is the center of the angle at the center. This is the angle at the center. So the same theorem is applicable to this illustration now. The angle at the center of a circle is twice the angle on the circumference. So you have to take note of this point. Any angle at the circumference, no matter which area of the circumference is, so far the angle touches the circumference, it is going to be half of the angle at the center, or vice versa. The angle at the center is twice the angle at the circumference. So in this situation now, this is the circumference. This is the angle that touches the circumference now. So this angle now is half of the angle at the center. So when you apply this, the angle at the center of the circle is twice. So if this is 80 degree now, then angle y now will be what? 40 degree. Don't forget, the angle at the center of a circle is twice angle on the circumference of the circle when the points lie on the same arc. The points here, these are the points. You can see they lie on the same arc. So the question can come in any form. It can come in this form. It can come in this form. So we are going to look at another illustration now. So the same theorem is applicable to this. When you look at this, for example now, if I have another points here, so you notice that here now we have another angle that forms here. This is another circumference now. So we have angle on this circumference now. Now the angle at the point will now be opposite this angle now. So you are not going to make use of this angle here. So this is going to be your point O. So the angle here will be the what? The angle at the center. So, and don't forget, the angle at the center is twice angle at the what? Circumference. So if this is 2x, this is going to be x. So that is what we are going to explain here. Now when you look at this is the angle that touches the circumference. And don't forget, the angle at the center is twice the angle at the what? At the circumference. So here, if this is x and this is 2x, that means if this is 20 degree, this is going to be what? 2x, and x is 20 degree. 2 multiplied by 20, we are going to have 40 degree. So the angle at the center of a circle is twice angle on the circumference of the circle. The angle at the center of the circle is twice the angle on the circumference of the circle when the points lie on the same arc. So that is what the first theorem under circle geometry is talking about. So we are going to look at examples now. So let's look at some examples. We have two questions on the board. The first one says we should find angle AOB and angle ADB. Then the second question says we should find angle ACB. So let's quickly look at this on the board here. So let's quickly identify AOB. So AOB first here. AOB first here. That's the angle at the center. So we are asked to find angle AOB. Angle AOB. In order to find this, so we are going to apply the theorem 1 rules, which says angle at the center is twice angle at the circumference. So here the angle at the circumference here is 25 degree. So at this angle, see here, so this is the angle on the circumference, so and it is what? 25 degree. So to find the angle at the center is going to be this, but multiplied by 2. That is going to be 2 multiplied by 25 degree. So that is angle AOB, which is angle at the center. Once again, angle at the center is twice angle at the circumference. So that means if this is 25 degree, then angle at the center is going to be 2 multiplied by 25 degree, which is what? 50 degree. Then the next one, we are asked to find angle ADB. Angle ADB. To find angle ADB, let's locate ADB first. So this is ADB. So that means we can also apply the theorem 1 rules. So the theorem 1 rules, angle at the center is twice angle at the circumference. This is another circumference here. So since we know our angle at the center as 50 degree now, to find the angle at the circumference is easy. So that is going to be angle at the circumference is what? Is half the half of the angle at the center. So if angle at the center is 50 degree, then angle at the circumference will now be 50 degree divided by 2, and that is going to give us 25 degree. So this is 25 degree. Don't forget, angle at the center is twice angle at the circumference. So definitely angle at the circumference will be half of angle at the center. So let's quickly move on to number 2. Number 2, here we are asked to find angle ACB. So let's identify that. So this is angle ACB. Angle ACB is the angle on the circumference. So in that case, so definitely we need angle at the center in order to get this. So how do we get the angle at the center? Now we take note of the circle. There are some angles there that we need to identify. So, and the most important one is this triangle. So the radius here, this is the radius. The radius forms the triangle here. So we have the triangle here. Let's say this is the triangle now. So we have A here, we have B here, and the center O is here. Now the radius are equals to each other. So since the radius are equals to each other, then definitely the angle here will be also equal. They will be the same, because this is a good example of an isosceles triangle, and the base angle of an isosceles triangle are equal. This is what we call the base angle. So they are the same. So if this is 40 degree, this will also be what? 40 degree. Now, in order to get this now, don't forget, sum of angle in the triangle. Sum of angle in a triangle is equals to 180 degree. The angles in a triangle add up to what? 180 degree. So in that case, that is going to be 180 degree minus 40 plus 40, that's 80 degree. So that is 100 degree. So that means angle at the center here is 100 degree. So angle AOB, angle AOB is what? 100 degree. So I'm going to write the 100 degree here. Now we have 40 degree here, 40 degree here, and angle at the center as 100 degree. Now to find the angle at the circumference here is now easy, and that is angle ACB, the unknown angle. Now angle at the circumference is half angle at the center, because angle at the center is twice angle on the circumference. So that means angle on the circumference is half of what? Angle at the center. So in that case, angle ACB will now be equals to 100 degree divided by 2, and that is going to give us what? 50 degree. So angle on the circumference, which is angle ACB, is now equals to what? 50 degree. Now there are some situations whereby you will have another angle at the circumference here. So you will now be asked to find this angle. So if you are given this kind of question, the first thing to do is to find this angle. You are going to need this angle. Now to find this angle now is simple. Since you have this, now this is the point. An angle at a point is 360 degree. Angle at a point is 360 degree. So what you need to do is subtract 100 from 360. Then you are going to have 260 degree. Now, so that means to get the angle at the circumference here is going to be half of angle at the center here. Now, what is the angle at the center here? The angle at the center here is what? Is 260 degree. So you just say 260 degree divided by 2, and that will be what? 130 degree. So this one will be 130 degree. So in case you are given this kind of question, so I'm going to give you two assignment questions. These are the two assignment questions. Kindly solve it. You can just solve it in a piece of paper, snap it and post it on my wall, or just post it under the comment section. So I'm going to go through it. So if there is any area I need to correct, I'm going to do that. Please kindly do it so that next class we shall move to another theorem on circle geometry. Thanks for watching, guys. Please, if you are not subscribed to my YouTube channel at Maths Made Easy with Onifade, please kindly do so. And also, please like this video and share it. Share it to your friends. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in other class.